Hello, this is Joseph Gillette Sr. with Macrotech Titan, and in today's short video we're going to do the basics of AI, or artificial intelligence. How can you use AI? That means this is for anyone who wants to get into AI and learn how to use it. This is super easy, so let's dive in. So we're going to be using two AI models, or AI platforms, and they're both highly recommended. The first one is Grok, and that's G-R-O-K, not to be confused with another company which is G-R-O-Q. It can be a little confusing, but you can get Grok by signing up for X Premium, which is like $300 or $400 a year, or you can pay monthly, but it's included in the X Premium. And if you don't like X, you can do Perplexity. Is going to be the other one we're using. Perplexity Pro is $20 a month, and it's in some ways a little better, but X has, or XAI has ways that it's better. But of all the platforms, these are the two I recommend just personally. A lot of people say the reason that XAI is so good because they have access to a lot of data on the formerly known as Twitter platform. And Perplexity is a smaller company, but they seem to be having better results. So to access the Super Grok, they're now calling it, on X, you just go to this little icon here, which is a black hole, or a singularity is their icon for that. So you just click on that, and then you're going to see a prompt. Now, this is just a basic video. There's thousands, millions of ways you can use AI, but in the most basic thing, you're just going to ask it a question, or you're going to tell it to do something. You don't need to be polite. You don't need to say please, thank you. You want to keep it as short as possible. Now, if you're looking at the most basic thing, you can use it to do research or searching the internet, which is what most people use Google for. The cool thing about AI, though, is you're not just searching Google, you're searching a bunch of different sources and it's compiling it. So let's search for something which is kind of banal that everyone can relate to, which is fitness and nutrition. So let's just ask, what is the best diet and fitness program that includes nutrition for the best results? So you just give it something like that to do. You click this button here, and it's going to tell you what it's doing as it's doing it. So the best way to learn how to do it is to actually do it. So now we see the results from what is the best diet and fitness program that includes nutrition for the best results. So it explains its answer. There is no single best diet and fitness program, as effectiveness depends on individual factors like age, weight loss, and so on. And here's what they come up with. Top recommended program by Chris Hemsworth. And they talk about what is the fitness component. They break it down in bullet points. And then they have the sources here. So if you click on this, that's where they got the sources from. CNN, Men's Health, Everyday Health. So obviously, in a lot of cases, this is not going to be much different than Google results. The difference is, number one, they're going to compile multiple results and put it into this format. Number two, Google just gives you the sources. Like, it gives you a search result like A, B, C. And Google has started doing this AI summary, but the AI directly is more powerful. So Google is trying to introduce its free AI into the search, and they have these AI summaries, but those have been found to be wildly inaccurate. And in any case, this is better to use it like this. And I'm not saying to abandon Google search, but it depends what you're trying to do. If you're just doing a search like you want to find local restaurants or something like that, or you're looking for a specific piece of information, definitely stick to Google search or any search. But if you're looking to do deep research or asking kind of broader questions, that's what AI is really good for. It tells you what the benefits are, the sources, and here's a program that compares Weight Watchers to Peloton. Google was activated on my phone. It's getting jealous. And here are the tips for best results. And so that's basically how you use the AI prompt. Now, if you want to do more complex things, like you can write Python code, you can say, create Python code that calculates a fourth variable based on 3 inputs and output in web format Django. It's going to actually create the Python code, and then you can copy it and put it in your compiler. So there's limitless potential uses for AI. You can use it to make lists, you can use it to write code, you can use it to make recipes. So while that's working, and you can see it happening in real time, it's actually writing the Python code. Let's go over to Perplexity and say, create a Thai curry tom yum soup recipe and create an Amazon shopping list of ingredients and put them in my Amazon cart. Now, I don't think it's actually going to do this, but I want to see what it does. It's going to create the recipe, but it's probably not going to be able to do that. But that's okay. You can push the limits with AI. You can ask it to do things that sometimes the results are very positive and unexpected, what it can do. So it's created the recipe. Now let's see instructions how to cook it. It did give me a list. Okay, it's going to... So when it can't do something, like it creates the shopping list, it's going to give me instructions how to do it. So go to Amazon, copy and paste each ingredient name into the search bar, click add to your cart. So that's basically it. So these are the prompts. Now let's go back to the Grok. So now it's created this code. So if you're not a programmer, don't worry about it, but I just wanted to demonstrate the capabilities here. You're going to be able to take this code, this is a complete example of a Django code, and just copy the whole thing and paste it into your PyCharm or whatever you're using, and you can click this button here to copy it. Now if you want to create a new prompt session, because what's going to happen with Grok and with all the AI prompts, this is considered like a chat, and it's remembering all these things. So you can have Grok build a personality based on what you want to do. If you want to start a new topic, now I don't want to talk about cooking or programming or fitness or anything like that. I want to create a new chat. So up in the top, I'm going to click new chat, and also up in the right here you have your chat history, and you have, so I can save this chat if I want to come back to it, and then it's going to bookmark it, or I can copy the share link and I can share it on X. Now if you share it, it's going to share the whole details of what you did. So if it's something like innocuous, like this Python code, no problem sharing it. It's open for you to do that. There's no issues with sharing. But if you're asking it personal things, you don't maybe want to share that. So just be careful about what you're sharing. But if you want a new chat, you just click new chat, and now it's the same prompt, but it doesn't have all the history. Now there's a second thing I want to show before ending the video, which is you can add a file. So I could add this file here, and then I could create a book cover based on this image with the title Hidden Adventures in Tennessee. I've uploaded the file, so you can upload other kinds of files. You could upload data, for example, if you want to extract data, or if I just want to create an image, I can upload an image, and then when I click this, it's going to use this as a base, and then it's going to create a book cover. Now, my experience, Grok is not the best for imaging and creating videos and images, but it does pretty good. If you want to get into real graphic work, you want to look at specific something like Firefly. Adobe has Firefly that's really good. But Grok has some pretty interesting results. So let's see. So that's pretty cool, actually, what it did there. So now I can save this. I can copy it. So if I download it, I'm just going to click there and it's going to download. And then it's going to come up here. See? It's kind of cool how it kind of put the title in the rock. The problem is that it made a mistake in the spelling. There's some limitations on AI that I don't understand. Some things like spelling. It cannot, when you're doing the video AI, you can't make a perfect infinite loop. I don't know why. Maybe I don't have professional tools. I don't have there's various layers in AI of the more you pay, the more you get. And I think that's true in life and with anything. I mean, you get what you pay for, right? So the amount of money I'm spending, which is really not too much. I've got X Premium, which I use for just other reasons. It's the only social media I really use, mostly for news and things like that. And I mean, I don't communicate with anyone. But they have professional, like Google has something that's like $100 and something a month, and it's pretty expensive. And then there's something above that, which is professional, like for studios and stuff. Maybe all these mistakes don't happen in those super professional tools. I don't know. And there's a lot of AI tools out there. So this is just a real basic intro to see how it works. But just be aware there are limitations. AI doesn't, like, for example, you can't sit here and say, write me a 200-page book on science fiction. I've tried that, and it is useful for certain tools and uses. So if you're a very good writer, you can use AI to create a writing outline, for example. You can use it to, let's just do that real quick while I'm speaking. Create a writing outline for a book about ancient history in Tennessee. It can do an outline. It can make lists. It can create recipes. It can do research. It can create code. It can do lots of stuff. But you're not going to be able to tell AI to check your emails and plan a wedding for you. Or, I mean, there's obvious limits. It's a computer. So it's no different than computing that we've had for the last 20, 30 years. Computers are great tools of doing things, but they're not going to replace employees. I mean, even data entry. There's not going to be... It's basically increasing your productivity. It's not replacing the programmer, because you still need to copy and paste. You need to configure it. You need to set up the development environment. It can write bits of code, but it can't write a whole program. Like you couldn't use AI to write Grok, for example. You couldn't AI to say, write me a Facebook platform and replace Facebook. There are companies that are working on something like that, like text to programs, but it's very basic stuff, and it's not ever going to replace the system architect, because like with the writing, it's as good as you prompt it. So I would say, like with writing a book, you probably have to write 20-30% of the book just in the prompting. So if you're prompting AI and saying, look at how simple this prompt is. This was like a short sentence. If I wrote 2 paragraphs of prompting it for a book outline for ancient history in Tennessee, it's going to give me a much more granular, detailed result. So what it's going to do now is it's just going to pull, it's almost random. Like you don't know what the result's going to be. But if you prompt it very detailed, like if you wrote 2 pages of prompt, it's going to give you 50 pages of results, and it's going to be very, very detailed and very good. So it's only as good as you use it. It's not meant, nor will it ever really be a replacement for human creativity. AI is like data in Star Trek. It's very good at calculating, very good at computing, but that's what computers have always been. When you're calculating big things, whether it's financial modeling or in Wall Street applications, you use computers to model your trading strategies, to do your taxes. I use TurboTax every year. I was going to say QuickBooks, but TurboTax is an amazing computer program. I mean, the tax code is just insane. If you sit there and study it, it'll just make you go crazy, because the rules conflict with each other. But you have TurboTax, which is basically, you could look at it like a very simple AI. So we've really been using AI for years. So don't look at it like something magic. It does in many ways, and I've seen things that really impressed me. It has a sense of humor, and it does things which are very impressive. But it's a computer. It's a tool. It's not magic. It's just next generation technology. So when you're using it, try and think of something useful to do. Or you can just play around with it. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying that you want to have predefined goals, what you want to get out of it, and it's going to give you what you put into it. So if you prompt clearly, it's going to give you a good result. And I highly recommend these two services. If you don't like X, try Perplexity. And I'm going to put links in the video where you can get these two resources. And as well, we have with Macrotech Titan an AI consulting package for $1,000 if you want to integrate it into your business. We would spend with you, with our AI experts, one-on-one sessions where we learn about what you're trying to achieve with it, and we could show you examples of how you could actually implement that in your business, and then obviously you can go from there, or you can use it just like a basic kind of customized refresher course to get involved with AI. So for more information about AI, you can check out Macrotech Titan at macrotechtitan.com, and our blog is blog.macrotechtitan.com. Good luck and happy prompting. Have a great day.